Right now, another winter storm on the way, giving us yet another round of snow, strong winds, and eventually bitterly cold weather. We have the latest.
Also, a nursing home in Rock County is facing allegations of misconduct and malpractice. And
we are following the road to Iowa just one day after the final primary debate before the caucuses. You're watching News 3 now at 5. The National Weather Service has issued a winter storm warning for all of southern Wisconsin for tomorrow on through Saturday morning. Good evening. Thanks for joining us.
The Dane County government will close all non-essential operations tomorrow. Essential public safety services will continue to operate through this anticipated weather system.
And tonight and into tomorrow, the News 3 Now team will have live team coverage. Here's a live look over Madison right now, down in your lower right corner. Snow emergencies have been declared, as we mentioned, all across southern Wisconsin.
Heavy snow and strong winds are expected, making travel conditions tomorrow potentially hazardous with reduced visibility.
We'll look now at your first warn forecast. Here is Gary on the weather patio with the latest.
Boy, we had one winter storm this week. We got another one on the way, and it's going to be followed by bitterly cold temperatures. Let's start out by taking a look at the first warn weather alert day that we have in the forecast for tomorrow into Saturday. All of southern Wisconsin is going to be affected by a heavy snowstorm. We're looking at about 7 to 12 inches, maybe even a little bit more in a few spots, and it'll be windy with a little lighter snow, not quite as sticky as the last one, so that will lead to a lot of blowing and drifting snow, especially on Saturday. This starts basically early tomorrow morning and lasts through Saturday afternoon. Winter storm warnings go into effect at midnight for our western viewers, at 3 a.m. for Dane County and areas to the south and west, and at 6 a.m. for areas north and east of Dane County, and that runs until noon on Saturday. Here's what we're looking at snowfall. About a 6 to 9 inch snowfall north of the Dells, about 9 to 12 inches through much of the rest of southern Wisconsin. Heaviest amounts of around a foot or more likely closer to Lake Michigan because of lake enhanced snow. Right now, the snow just starting to show up on Doppler track across western Iowa. It'll reach us sometime after midnight. By tomorrow morning, we're probably looking at about an inch or two of snow at that point. Current temperatures, well, right now they're generally right around freezing. Here in Madison, temperatures right at 29 degrees, 30 degrees in Middleton. Those temperatures will drop off a little bit this evening. Then we also have a first warn weather alert day for bitterly cold temperatures next week. By Sunday morning, wind chills could be down to 30 below zero, and by Monday and Tuesday morning, they could be as cold as 35 below zero. Dangerously cold at that point, but we'll see sub-zero wind chills for all of next week. For this evening, just cloudy skies. Temperatures dropping off into the lower 20s by late evening. Again, the snow starts after midnight. I'll time it out hour by hour as we take a look at the storm in more details we had to the weathercast later on in the newscast.
All right, Gary, thank you. And as he mentioned, with the temperatures heading into single digits on Sunday, the city of Madison sharing some tips to stay warm. Change your furnace filters right now. If you don't know how, and maybe if you're a renter, ask your landlord. Many factors will determine how long your filter will last, and you can check by taking it out and giving it a look. And if it looks gray and dirty, they say swap it out. It's a good time to check your smoke detectors as well. If you're concerned your furnace isn't working properly, contact MG&E, Alliant Energy, or a heating contractor with any questions.
To stay up to date on this upcoming winter storm, make sure you have our First Warn weather app. With it, you'll get the latest radar and traffic conditions, plus all of the closings, delays, and snow emergencies will be on there as well. The app is free in your phone's app store. Just search WISC weather.
Meanwhile, several school districts have already decided they'll be closed tomorrow, giving students an extra long weekend to enjoy the snow. Also a holiday on Monday. So some of the districts closed tomorrow include Lodi, Madison, Monroe, Oregon, Sun Prairie, and Verona. Many others. Be aware some districts like Baraboo will have classes virtually tomorrow. You can find a full list of schools, public and private, and their status for tomorrow at channel3000.com.
As the snow emergency continues tonight, overnight alternate side parking rules are in effect citywide.
And city officials behind the plows want to make sure your car is in the right spot so they can get through. Our Catherine Merck joins us live downtown after speaking with the city about what they need from people who live in the city. Catherine.
Well, Eric and Susan, this time of year when the alternate side parking is in effect, some of the cars that are behind me here are going to have to move or they're going to face an extra ticket. Brian Johnson with the City of Madison Streets Division tells me that cars need to get off of the side of the road to allow plows to be able to do their job and keep the road safe for everybody. Violations of the alternate side parking rules are punishable by a fine of $60. And then when that adds up, you can get towed as well. Throughout the entire city of Madison, during the hours they need to work, people need to be able to do this.
And keep all of these streets wide and safe throughout the whole winter season, because we got a lot of winter left, and it's definitely here now.
For some of the people who live downtown, it could definitely be an inconvenient time of year trying to find a spot and then park properly. I spoke to some of the people who live down here about following these kind of rules and what they face when they don't. You're going to hear from more of them tonight at 6 o'clock. Reporting live in downtown Madison, I'm Catherine Merck, News 3 Now.
Catherine, thank you. Next at 5, Governor Tony Evers says more Wisconsinites are signing up for insurance through the federal healthcare.gov marketplace than ever before. In the most recent open enrollment period, more than 254,000 people have signed up for insurance. That's up more than 10,000 from the state's previous record. The open enrollment period ends on January 16th.
Next at 5, a nursing home in Rock County is facing allegations of misconduct and malpractice. Our Maddie Heimsch set out to investigate.
Rock Haven Nursing Home here in Janesville received 4 federal citations from the Department of Health and Human Services in 2022. But now county officials say nothing has been done to improve conditions for those vulnerable victims. The 33-page document from the department reports threats, intimidation, and financial extortion of residents. I spoke with family members of Rock Haven residents, one who told me her mother died in the facility, and she has regrets to this day.
Why didn't I do research? Why didn't I look into more facilities? You know, even if I would have had to drive a half an hour, 2 hours, if they would have taken care of my mother, I would have done it. But unfortunately, it's too late.
One page of the document includes a quote from a resident. It reads, "It makes me feel scared. They gang up on me," in regards to 2 staff members. A nameless staff member added to the resident's statement, adding that the resident was intimidated and humiliated. Several Rock County board members were reportedly appalled by the details of the report. One I spoke to today said he just learned of the document and believed no action had been taken since it was released in 2022. The Rock County administrator denied comment today, and the Rock Haven administrator did not respond for comment. In Janesville, I'm Maddie Heimsch, News 3 Now.
Madison police say a 15-year-old girl was arrested after beating one of her classmates at La Follette High School yesterday. Officers were called to the school just before 2. They say a student was at their desk waiting for class to start when the 15-year-old attacked her. A teacher stepped in to break up the attack. Both the victim and teacher were injured. The girl was taken into custody at her home on Madison's north side. Madison police are releasing photos of a man who they think is responsible for a string of attempted burglaries. Take a look. Officers say he broke into a number of businesses on the east side and downtown in early January. Surveillance photos depict the man wearing a ski mask. If you recognize anything about this photo, please call the Madison Police Department or Crime Stoppers. People who offer tips that lead to an arrest can receive a reward of up to $1,000.
Last night, 2 of the top presidential contenders squared off at a debate in Iowa, and today they held events across the state as voters prepare to cast their caucus primary votes on Monday. Political reporter Will Keneally is on the ground in Iowa and has more.
It's the final push here in Iowa ahead of Monday's caucuses, and candidates have been traveling across the state trying to drive turnout. And that's where we caught up with Nikki Haley in an event in a Des Moines suburb. She and people like Ron DeSantis are running against former President Donald Trump, a clear frontrunner in this race. They've been balancing both challenging his record but not alienating Republican voters.
Republicans have lost the last 7 out of 8 popular votes for president. That's nothing to be proud of. We should want to win the majority of Americans. But the only way we're going to do that is if we have a new generational leader that puts the negativity and baggage of the past and focuses on the solutions of the future.
This comes just 4 days out from the Iowa caucus, and we'll be back Monday live on the ground providing you full coverage. Reporting from Ankeny, Iowa, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
Today, former President Trump spoke out after closing arguments were completed at his civil fraud trial in New York City. New York's Attorney General brought the case, accusing Trump and his company of financial fraud by inflating the values of its real estate holdings in order to get better loans. The state is seeking $370 million in penalties. The case could end up barring Trump from doing business in New York. Trump once again called the trial a political witch hunt. The judge on the case is expected to issue his ruling by the end of the month. State Assembly Speaker Robin Vos facing a possible recall from his own party. Supporters of Donald Trump filed a petition for his recall after they say he didn't move forward on impeaching Megan Wolf, the head of the Wisconsin Elections Commission. The petition claims Vos blocked fair elections and misled the assembly Voss has said there wasn't enough support to impeach Megan Wolf.
Hunter Biden headed back to court this afternoon. The president's son was in Los Angeles for his arraignment on tax charges. A tentative trial date was set for June 20th. Danya Backus has the details from the courthouse.
Hunter Biden's legal troubles brought him back to court in California to be arraigned on federal tax charges. Thursday, he pleaded not guilty to 3 felony and 6 misdemeanor offenses. A plea deal to avoid prison fell apart last summer and was followed by an indictment accusing the president's son of a 4-year scheme to avoid paying at least $1.4 million in taxes. Prosecutors say he used that money to fund a lifestyle that included drugs and alcohol. Hunter Biden has talked openly about his drug addiction during the time period covered in the indictment, and he admits he was irresponsible with finances in those darker times. His court appearance comes a day after he paid a surprise visit to Capitol Hill.
Anything you want to say to the committee?
His arrival interrupted a hearing where lawmakers were weighing whether to hold him in contempt of Congress for defying a subpoena. He has accused right-wing lawmakers of trying to destroy his reputation.
They've ridiculed my struggle with addiction, they've belittled my recovery, and they have tried to dehumanize me, all to embarrass and damage my father.
In the California tax case, Hunter Biden's attorney says the special counsel who handled the case bowed to Republican pressure. If convicted, he could face up to 17 years behind bars. Danya Backus, CBS News, Los Angeles.
At the House hearings, 2 committees voted in favor of holding the president's son in contempt, sending the matter to the full House.
Longtime U.S. Senator and former Milwaukee Bucks owner Herb Kohl will be laid to rest tomorrow during a public memorial service in Milwaukee. It will be held at the home of the Bucks, Fiserv Forum, the arena he contributed $100 million to help build. Tomorrow's service, scheduled for noon, it'll be streamed online at bucks.com/Kohl Memorial. Coming up on News 3 Now at 5, we'll get a look at your complete First Warn forecast with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canaldi.
And weather across the country has been extreme. How an avalanche in California turned deadly. We'll have the details on that after the break.
Marginal movement on Wall Street. The Dow adding just 15. The Nasdaq up just a half point. The S&P 500 falls 3. We'll be right back.
Win a hand-paid jackpot at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells, and you'll have a chance to win a new Mercedes and a shot at $100,000 in cash. It's the Mega Jackpot Winners Quarterly Drawings going on now at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells.
Embrace the season of giving at the Century House. Donate $50 or more to charity and get $200 off any stressless recliner with power, any stressless recliner and ottoman, or any stressless home office chair. Or get $200 off each stressless sofa seat, or $400 off all stressless Mayfair recliners and ottomans in all Paloma leather colors. Shop the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we get you equipped with quality tools and project supplies because we get you. Whether you're a hardworking pro or an ambitious DIYer, we get you what you need to get the job done. Right now, save on 80-piece Milwaukee bit sets, $24.99. This Craftsman propane heater, only $89.99. Plus, trade in any used power or hand tool for exclusive trade-in savings on select DeWalt tools and accessories. We get you what you need because we get you at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
I have moderate to severe Crohn's disease. Now there's Skyrizi.
Things are looking up. I've got symptom relief. Control of my Crohn's means everything to me. Control is everything to me.
Feel significant symptom relief at 4 weeks with Skyrizi, including less abdominal pain and fewer bowel movements. Skyrizi is the first IL-23 inhibitor that can deliver remission and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. And the majority of people experienced long-lasting remission at 1 year.
Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine, or plan to. Liver problems may occur in Crohn's disease.
Now's the time to ask your gastroenterologist how you can take control of your Crohn's with Skyrizi.
Control is everything to me.
Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
Win a hand-paid jackpot at Ho Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells, and you'll have a chance to win a new Mercedes and a shot at $100,000 in cash. It's the Mega Jackpot Winners Quarterly Drawings going on now at Ho Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells.
Alert days are in the forecast through Wednesday morning of next week. First for a major winter storm Friday and Friday night, and second for bitterly cold temperatures early next week. The latest at 6.
Plus, we have an inside look at how meteorologists track storms and prepare residents for what will come. That's tonight at 6.
Start your new day with the News 3 Now This Morning team, bringing you local breaking news, exploring all that makes our area special, and letting you know what to expect when you head out the door. The Emmy Award-winning News 3 Now This Morning, weekdays.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
And welcome back. A live look right now at the evening commute. This is the Beltline at John Nolan Drive. Right now, things looking pretty good on major roadways for most of the state, really. Now, tomorrow, we will likely be facing a very different story as heavy snow. And also, those high winds are expected, reducing visibility for drivers.
Major weather is affecting the entire country. One person is dead and 3 others hurt after an avalanche happened in California yesterday. It happened at a Lake Tahoe ski resort. And with more snow headed toward that area today, the risk for more avalanches is increasing. California Governor Gavin Newsom is monitoring the situation.
And this is the scene today. This is Patterson, New Jersey. Backyards have turned into ponds there. Floodwaters continue to rise. The mayor says they're expecting the water to get even higher when the Passaic River crests as soon as tonight. Emergency crews in the area are prepared, warning drivers to avoid those high waters.
And for us, another severe winter storm. This could be a very dangerous one, potentially, Gary.
It could be, and it's one of those storms that keeps on giving, because after you have the snow on the ground, additional snow, we could turn bitterly cold. 3 things you need to know. Winter storm tomorrow night into Saturday morning. Blowing and drifting snow will continue through the day on Saturday. Then it turns bitterly cold beginning Sunday morning through Wednesday morning. Wind chills all of those mornings could be between 30 and 35 degrees below zero. And then we have some snow shower or flurry chances toward the end of next week, and temperatures will remain very cold. First warn weather alert day in the forecast for tomorrow into Saturday morning, actually starting early tomorrow morning and lasting through Saturday afternoon. Total snowfall right now, we're thinking about 7 to 12 inches. Could be some locally higher amounts, especially east of Madison. Could be very windy. We could see some wind gusts up around 50 miles per hour, and that could lead to considerable blowing and drifting snow. Already, blizzard warnings in effect for much of Iowa into southwestern Minnesota. Winter storm warnings for Wisconsin, northern Illinois. Even blizzard warnings up in northwestern Wisconsin, where lake effect snows could add to the totals. This is what we're looking at as far as total snowfall. Perhaps a foot or more of snow, especially closer to Lake Michigan, around the southern part of Lake Michigan, and then on the other side of Lake Michigan as the wind shift to the northwest late in the storm. But most of southern Wisconsin, northern Illinois, seeing about 9 to 12 inches of snow. Just a little bit less farther north, but still everybody across the state is going to be impacted by this storm. The snow starting to show up on Doppler track across western Iowa. It'll take a while to get here, probably reaching us sometime after midnight. Okay, future track beginning at midnight. Cloudy skies, snow just starting to show up west of the Mississippi River. Starts moving pretty rapidly northeastward. By 3 a.m., just southwest of Madison. By 6 a.m., everybody is seeing snow. Temperatures, notice they're going to be right around freezing, so it'll be a sticky wet snow initially, but then as temperatures drop off, it'll turn to a fluffier snow. And this is when the heaviest snow could be. Tomorrow, noontime, we'll see bands of heavier snow work their way through southern Wisconsin. Notice these darker areas around Madison, around Janesville. By late afternoon, early evening, still light to moderate snow, maybe a couple of patches of heavier snow. The temperatures start to drop off a little bit. The snow continues through the evening tomorrow night. As we get beyond midnight tomorrow night into early Saturday morning, we start to see the snow more intermittent. Snow showers, flurries, but still some light accumulations. Notice those temperatures dropping. 9 a.m., 21 degrees. By noon, into the upper teens. Notice the wind shift to the west and northwest. Winds will remain very strong, and that's when we could see considerable blowing and drifting snow. Again, southern Wisconsin, 9 to 12 inches most areas, maybe some heavier amounts across parts of, Jefferson and Dodge counties, maybe a little bit lighter amounts north of the Dells, but trying to pick a particular spot, still very difficult. Future track winds, these come into play. Notice midnight, Friday night, early on Friday morning. Notice by 6 a.m. those winds started to pick up, and during the day we're looking at winds 35 to 40, 45 miles per hour, maybe some gusts up to 50 miles per hour. Those continue through the day on Friday and into Friday night. Still very strong. This is going to cause a lot of blowing and drifting snow. We come into Saturday, those winds start to come down a little bit, but still in the 30 to 35 mile per hour range is still going to cause problems with blowing and drifting snow. The winds start to lighten up a little bit late in the afternoon. But then here comes the other problem. We have a first warn weather alert day for bitterly cold wind chills, perhaps as cold as 35 below zero from Sunday morning through Wednesday morning. Take a look at wind chill watches that have already been issued out to the west of us. Those are for wind chills that could drop to 35 to 40 below zero beginning Saturday night and lasting through Tuesday. So winter storm warning begins at midnight for our western viewers, 3 a.m. for Madison and areas to the south and west, 6 a.m. for areas north and east of Dane County. Look for occasional snow to start developing overnight, maybe an inch or two by morning with a low of 21. Tomorrow, snow, heavy at times, 32, very windy, those winds gusting to perhaps as high as 50 miles per hour. First warn 7 to 10 day forecast. Snow winds down on Saturday, the winds remain strong, and then alert days for the bitterly cold temperatures, lows teens below zero with wind chills to 30 to 35 below zero. Highs only in the single digits with wind chills below zero during the day. Maybe some snow showers or flurries Wednesday afternoon, a couple of flurries on Thursday and Friday afternoon. Temperatures still remain very cold into next weekend. As we check out first warn traffic, right now, things are pretty good, at least traffic-wise, except when there's accidents. Looks like we got an accident now on the eastbound belt line around John Nolan Drive. That's backing up traffic to Verona Road westbound. We're seeing some delays around Fish Hatchery Road, so travel times almost a half hour on the belt line from University Avenue to the interstate, 17 minutes back in the westbound direction. Heading out of Madison, no problems on I-3990 from the belt line to Janesville or US 12 Middleton to Sauk City. Downtown to Sun Prairie, outbound is 20 minutes. That's your News 3 Now first warn traffic.
All right. Thank you, Gary. After 24 seasons, Bill Belichick's run as the New England Patriots coach is over. We'll have that and more coming up next at 5.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
That was funny. Yeah. That's a sick bike.
Boys.
Miss Sanderson?
See you Monday.
No way.
The bag is back at Menards. Get 15% off everything you can fit in the bag, from household items and pet toys to power tools and even your favorite snacks. Get 15% off everything you can fit in the bag. This deal won't last long. Hurry in to get your bag and see how much you can save. Sale ends January 14th.
Save big money at Menards.
Thousands of our heroes face the difficult choice between keeping their heat and power on or facing homelessness. 21,000 Wisconsin veterans are living below the poverty line, many impacted by physical or mental health challenges. Wisconsin loses 3 veterans to suicide every week. Together, our mission is to provide all struggling Wisconsin veterans with a critical survival safety net that keeps them safely in their homes. You can make a real difference by providing a donation to the Wisconsin Heat and Housing for Heroes initiative, with 95 cents of every dollar donated going directly to those right here in your community. Help by visiting www.heatforheroes.org or by calling 1-800-891-9276. That's 800-891-9276.
Come on, Michael, come on. Catch the ball! Huddle up! Do you need to get your eyes checked?
Well, actually, here's the play. Stanton Optical makes glasses in 30 minutes. It's easy on 3. 1, 2, 3. Easy!
Hut! Come on, Michael, you got this! Come on, turn! Michael, catch! I can see! You did it! I did it!
30-minute glasses? Now that's an easy play. Stanton Optical. Easy's our thing.
Since offices started in the 80s, we've been cheering on the true champions of Milwaukee. You and yours. We've helped thousands of injured victims get the compensation they deserve, celebrated our sports teams through ups and downs, and connected in the community by working together to make things better. We've been on this path together for 35 plus years. Our slogan says it all. Let's keep rising together.
Hey, lady, when is the baby coming?
Very, very soon.
Dad, what about yours?
You're gonna... Yeah, okay, well...
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
It is the end of an era for Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots. You going to steal my line?
I'm sorry.
She's really excited about Belichick retiring. He announced he won't be returning as the Patriots head coach next season. 71 years old now. He led the team to a record 6 Super Bowl titles in 24 seasons, but the Patriots, they had a rough season last year, 4-13. Team owner Bob Kraft talked about what they're calling a mutual decision.
Like a good marriage, a successful head coach-owner relationship requires a lot of hard work, and I'm very proud that our partnership lasted for 24 years.
Now, this year, Belichick became the 3rd coach in NFL history to reach 300 career regular season wins, joining Hall of Famers Don Shula and the Papa Bear, George Halas. And Belichick's 6 Super Bowl wins, 9 Super Bowl appearances, 31 playoff wins, 17 division titles. Those are all records for a head coach.
If you're looking for something fun and active to do outside, the Edgewater Ice Rink is open Wednesday through Friday evenings and all day Saturdays and Sundays. You can book tickets and time slots are online right now. But before you go this winter season, Edgewater is asking you to please check their website ahead of your skating time for weather updates. There might be a lot of snow on the ice after this storm. A final check on the forecast when we come back.
Want to instantly look more attractive, years younger, and even healthier? The solution is whiter teeth. Even teeth that are just a little yellow are a problem. They rob your appearance, make you look older, and can hurt your confidence. But you love coffee and tea, maybe even wine or smoking, and all of them stain your teeth and make them yellow. It's time you discovered Power Swabs, the fast 5-minute revolutionary treatment.
The first time I tried it, I was so surprised. My husband was so excited that he wanted to run out and get it. He said, "What have you been trying?" I said, "Well, I've tried this product called Power Swab." And he said, "I can't believe how white your teeth are." So from that point on, I've been sold.
My absolute favorite thing was how easy it was. It takes literally less than 5 minutes.
Power Swabs has made a really big difference in lifting the stains and making my smile more beautiful.
Power Swabs are guaranteed to whiten your teeth up to 2 shades after the first application. And after 5-minute daily treatments for the next week, your teeth will be an average of 6 shades whiter. Plus, unlike other whitening methods, Power Swabs will whiten natural teeth and remove stains from veneers, bonding, caps, and crowns. Power Swabs are easier on your gums and cause less sensitivity.
I've used strips and trays, and they both gave me really sensitive teeth. With the Power Swabs, I've been using them for a week and nothing. I had hot coffee this morning and ice cream last night and no problems.
It's time to discover what you've been missing. Now, it's your turn to get started with Power Swabs.
I like my smile. I like my smile after finishing the Power Swabs.
This is a Power Swab smile.
This is a Power Swab smile.
This is a Power Swab smile.
Call, go online, or scan the code on your screen right now to receive 50% off this new year. You'll also receive the Power Swabs Stain Out Quick Stick, absolutely free. And in addition, you will also get free shipping. Order right now and take the Power Swabs 5-minute challenge. If your teeth aren't a full 2 shades whiter after your first application, simply return it and you'll get your money back.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face. And what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes. And I did this to my father. father. We were at home, so we applied it to his under eye bags, and let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view, and now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles.
This new year is the best time to try Plexiderm at our startup price of only $14.95. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Coming up tonight on the CBS Evening News, the recipe to unlocking your hidden potential. We go person to person with author and professor Adam Grant to learn how and why he says imposter syndrome can help you succeed. Those headlines and more on the CBS Evening News.
And then coming up tonight at 6, our Braden Ross pulls back the curtain on our weather team. She's going to take you behind the scenes and show you how our meteorologists prepare and track these major weather systems. That and more ahead in the next half hour.
Well, Miller Lite wants to help you stay on track if you're abstaining from alcohol during dry January. The beer brand is launching a non-alcoholic beer mint. The company says the mints have the same great taste as Miller Lite without the alcohol.
They start out minty, and then the taste of Miller Lite emerges as you chew the mints. The beer mints go on sale tomorrow at MillerLiteBeerMints.com.
Sounds like a cross between something you see in Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
The great and powerful Oz. We're pulling back the curtain on him right now. Here he is.
Braden could have spent the last week with me. Well, not
been
last
stressful
couple weeks,
here.
yeah. But we are looking at that winter storm. You can see the snow just starting to show up in western Iowa. Still a ways away from us, but we'll start to see it after about midnight. There's the winter storm warnings. They start at midnight for our western viewers, 3 a.m. for Dane County and areas to the south and west, and then north and east of Dane County. They start at 6 a.m. Snowfall about 9 to 12 inches, most areas. A little bit more probably east of Madison, especially closer to Lake Michigan. Maybe a little bit less north of the Dells. Temperatures right now, upper 20s to lower 30s. They'll actually drop off a bit this evening, but you can see still right around freezing south and west of Madison. Look for cloudy skies. Temperatures by 10 p.m. around 22.
Is that all?
That's it.
We'll be back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6.